Good day and welcome to SCO BRICS Insight, where we talk about what's really going on in the world of the Shanghai Cooperation and the BRICS. In my previous videos, I discussed the Russian agricultural miracle and how it became self-sufficient in food production. In today's video, I'm now going to cover the impact of Russia's agricultural miracle and its effects around the world because of its exports of food. Now, Russia received a major boost in 2023 from the increase of its export of non-resource, non-energy products. This impressive surge has proved a strong financial boost for the country's treasury. Now, what products fall under this export classification, and what are the reasons behind other countries purchasing more and more non-commodity related goods? And where is the untapped potential for further growth? Well, Western sanctions on Russia's customary major exports, namely oil and gas, initiated a surge in non-resource, non-energy exports and presented an even more impressive boom. The NRNE, non-resource, non-energy products exports, comprised mainly of agricultural produce, grains, vegetables, fruit, chemicals, and fertilizers. The list also encompasses finished products of low-level, not very complex products like flour, grains, vegetable oils, and animal feeds. On animal feeds, it's very interesting because a lot of the residue, if you like, from making sunflower oil means you have a high-protein cake called sunflower cake, which is perfect because it's high in protein for animal feed, and Russia uses a lot of it for feeding its own pigs and chickens, etc. But it also is a major export product now, so nothing seems to get wasted. Now, the number of countries that Russia exports to has continued to grow. It's now the major wheat exporter and grain, sunflower, to North Africa, where it's replaced France as the principal grain supplier to Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia. It's also the largest supplier to Egypt and Turkey, with sub-Saharan Africa also benefiting, also with India and Pakistan buying large quantities of fertilizer, which is not surprising considering Russia is the world's largest supplier. The notable increase, though, in the export of Russian agricultural products actually started back in 2017, and it's grown by an average of 15% per year. The main acceleration of growth, though, took place in 2020-2022, and it went up again. In 2019, Russia exported food products worth 26 billion, and in 2022 it was 41 billion, and in 2023 45. So that the food embargo that Russia introduced back in 2014 in response to Western sanctions, as well as the credit program launched by the government, have also helped. Also, the pivot to Asia, the Middle East, and Africa has also helped producers open up new markets in places like India and China. Okay, now, last year, these NRNE exports, as well as related industries, I say, generated around 45 billion, and that was according to Veronica Nikishina. Shiny, these industries also provide around 5 million jobs, which accounts for 7% of the employed population. So we can say that in many ways the West, with its sanctions, assisted Russia in overcoming the so-called raw materials curse. However, the lack of energy is often named a curse by those who rely on importing, and certainly not for Russia. Although the US has recently shifted from being a net importer of energy to being a major exporter thanks to their shale revolution. Europe's situation, however, is less fortunate in this regard. Now let's look at China, which has the longest land border in the world with Russia. it imported a record-breaking amount of agricultural products from Russia, mainly to feed its large population and boost the Russian food export market. Primary exports of Russia to China are obviously predominantly energy, which accounts for tens of billions. But nevertheless, agricultural products from Russia are showing a remarkable rise. According to the Agro Export Center, Russia shipped over 5 million tons of agricultural products in 2023, and that's twice as much as the previous year. And in value terms, they expect agricultural products to cross the 10 billion barrier in the next couple of years. It's worth noting that Russia's also exporting to other parts of the BRICS, and I'll cover that in another video because it's a very interesting on how Russia wants to work with the BRICS to control and have more leverage, if you like, over the commodities sector and how they're traded. Now, Russia's also expanding its trade with Iran, the United Arab Emirates, other countries, the Middle East, and Asia. I mean, within Asia, for example, Vietnam is now a major importer of Russian pork. And that's one of the miracles that I discussed before, is how Russia has gone from an importer of pork to now selling huge quantities of it to other countries. Now, obviously, the main products that Russia exports are wheat, grain, sunflowers, and rapeseed oil, plus fertilizers. Although fish, I did mention that in a video a few weeks ago about fish. Russia, with its 12 seas and 2 oceans, that has enormous fishing grounds, and it now has exported several million tons of fish and various other types of fish-related products. So it's interesting to see if that's really going to continue to. Now, one of the reasons that Russia's export industry sector, if you like, has boomed is the majority of people out there in the world see Russia as an amenable, consistent, and reliable supplier. So the attempts by the sanctions, etc., to stop this have had limited effect, and it's obviously now that Russia is diversified into Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa, the Middle East, and even Latin America, that this is going to continue. Anyway, all is not particularly rosy. There are still some barriers to growth, and it really needs to develop the agro-industrial sector to where it really is at the top level. The first and foremost is the issues of seed production and the selection and breeding of poultry, cattle, and pigs. Now, the development of the agricultural science is now being worked on to make sure it's up to the best modern standards, and that was according to Maxim Maximov, who's a professor at the Higher School of Economics. He says Russia needs to focus on exporting high-value products with the maximum added value that create and continue the success. Russia's starting to do that. I mean, the production and sale of flour have increased, as have finished products like pasta grown substantially. So they're selling more products like that, like milled flour, not just the simple grains. So it's a very good trend, but we shall see if how quickly they can develop the food production / manufacturing sector. So anyway, the agricultural sector seems to be in good shape, but it needs to continue to work on development. Now, and many of you in the comments section have mentioned that I don't use pie charts or graphs, etc. Well, that's because on the website we have articles. I publish articles all day, every day, that contain the information and the access to the charts, etc., and where I got the information from. So do look at the website. It's very much a part, and there will be links below this video that you can click on that will take you to the articles. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. I know many of you have, and I'm delighted with that, and I thank you very much for that. Anyway, that's all for today, and I look forward to making another video for you again. Thank you.